Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello, fabulous Squiz Kids listeners, and welcome to the Kids vs. Adults Bumper Holiday Squiz on gadgets, gears, and gigabytes. I'm Christy Gigerina. All through the year in the Squiz Kids Daily Podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter to make sure that you know all you need to know about the world around you. And at the end of every week, we've tested how much you've retained in the Kids vs. Adults Weekly News Squiz. But now, because it's the holidays, we're presenting some bumper Kids vs. Adult quizzes on some fun topics to see who's smarter, kids or adults. Here's how this quiz works. 10 questions for kids about gadgets, gears and gigabytes. Inventions throughout the ages. Then 10 questions for adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Easy peasy. You ready? Let's do this. Alrighty, kids, here are your 10 questions. Question number 1. Now you might have heard the story of Archimedes' bath. Around 2,200 years ago, this Greek scientist in Sicily noticed bathwater rising and had a breakthrough about displacement of water and the density of materials. What word is he said to have shouted as he ran naked through the streets? Is it A, Eureka, B, Hallelujah, or C, Slay? Have you read the book? It is A, Eureka! Question number 2. Early humans needed to travel and came up with some useful new inventions. Is this true or false? The wheel was invented before the boat. True or false? That is in fact false. Water travel predates wheeled transport by thousands of years. Question number 3. Picture a sailor on the seas centuries ago, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the ocean, with no phone, no signal, no GPS. What did sailors often use in the sky as a guide? Well done if you said the stars. Star patterns and positions help navigators work out direction. Question number 4. In the 1800s, people sent fast messages across long distances using the telegraph. What code turned letters into dots and dashes? Great work if you said Morse code. Question number 5. Before battery-powered watches, many timepieces relied on gears and a spring to store energy. What did the owner need to do to power them up? Did they A, place them out in the sun for a few hours, B, wind them up, or C, dunk them underwater? Yeah, that's right, it's B, wind them up with a tiny knob on the side of the watch. Winding tightens a spring that slowly releases energy. Okay, we're over halfway there. Question number 6. If you toss an apple up into the air, it always comes back down. Which force is doing that pulling? Of course, that force is called gravity. And maybe if you're a witch, you could defy it. Question number 7. In 1969, humans achieved one of history's biggest "we actually did it" moments, the first moon landing. Which Apollo mission did it? Was it A, Apollo 11, B, Apollo 13, or C, Apollo Moonwalker 1? Great work, quizzes, if you knew that it was A, Apollo 11 was the first mission to land on the moon. Question number 8. In the 1950s, McDonald's became famous for a new way of cooking burgers super fast using an assembly line style kitchen where one person did one thing and the next person did the next thing and the next person bagged it up and handed it to you in your car. What's the name for this type of food service? And I'll give you a hint that it happened quickly is in the name. Of course, it is fast food. And way back then they called it speedy service. I like that. Question number 9. In a crash, there's a car safety invention that inflates in a split second to cushion you. What is this technology called? You might have some in your car. They are called airbags. And kids, last one for you guys today. It's another true or false one. Pokemon first became popular as a video game on the Nintendo Game Boy. Is it true or is it false? Great work, kiddos. If you knew that the answer is true. Pokemon did begin as a handheld Game Boy game in 1996 in Japan before expanding later into cards, shows, movies, all that sort of stuff. Well, how did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 10? Reckon you're going to beat the adults? Yeah, I reckon so too. All right, adults, now it's your turn. Fire up that old grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1. The World Wide Web is older than many people realise. It was invented in 1989. Who invented it? And I'll give you a hint. They have 3 initials too. They are TBL. Did you say Tim Berners-Lee? Well, you would be correct. He developed the web at CERN to help researchers share information amongst themselves. All right, question number 2. True or false? The QWERTY keyboard, where the first few letter keys are Q, W, E, R, T, Y, that keyboard was designed partly to slow typists down to reduce typewriter jams. Is it true or false? Oh, you clever adults, if you said true, it helped to prevent the key mechanisms in a typewriter from tangling up. Question number 3. Before GPS, navigators used a handheld instrument with a sighting arm and mirrors to measure the angle between the horizon and the sun or a star. What is that instrument called? Is it A, a barometer, B, a compass, or C, a sextant? Oh, you passed your shipping license if you said C, a sextant. They're built for precise angle measurement. Question number 4. Ancient Rome supplied cities with fresh water using long structures that carried water across distances and valleys. What were these structures called? A lot of them are still standing today. They are called aqueducts. Question number 5, and we're going to ancient Rome again. Ancient Romans engineered large-scale drainage. What was the name of Rome's famous main sewer? Was it A, Aqua Putridis, B, Cloaca Maxima, or C, Lavatory Lane? The answer, in fact, is B, Cloaca Maxima, although I do like Aqua Putridis too. Question number 6 on the home straight for you adults. In 1972, a home gaming console arrived that many people credit as the first commercially successful one. What was it? Was it A, Nintendo Entertainment System, B, Atari 2600, or C, Magnavox Odyssey? Are you old enough to remember this one, adults? It is C, Magnavox Odyssey. It connected to TVs and used extremely simple graphics. Question number 7. When an electric vehicle slows down, it can sometimes recover energy instead of wasting it as heat. What is this feature called? It's called something braking, and the something starts with an R. Well done if you got this one. It is called regenerative braking. Question number 8. Imagine trying to build a modern computer using separate parts for every single tiny circuit. In the late 1950s, engineers found a way to put multiple circuits onto one single piece of material. What was that invention called? That very famous invention is called the microchip. Question number 9. At the checkout, barcodes feel like they've been around forever. But the first real-world scan in the supermarket happened in 1974. What item made history as the first to be scanned? Was it A, a can of Campbell's soup, B, a pack of Wrigley's chewing gum, or C, a loaf of sliced bread? It was in fact B, a pack of Wrigley's chewing gum. Last one for this quiz, folks. Question number 10. A pacemaker is a device that helps control abnormal heart rhythms. It sends electrical pulses when needed through the heart to help it pump. The first fully implantable pacemaker is famously linked to a 1958 operation in which country? Is it A, Japan, B, Australia, or C, Sweden? The answer is C, Sweden. The patient, Arne Larsen, went on to receive 26 different pacemakers during his lifetime and lived until 2001, outliving both the surgeon and the inventor. Well, how did you go, adults? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids? Who took out the victory this week? Okay, now that we've given your brain cells a little workout, now it's time for...
Shout outs.
And it's a very happy birthday to these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today and over the past week. And because it's a Friday, let's crack out that old birthday reggae tune. Hit it. And it's a very happy birthday to Gervine from Forest Lake, Alexandra from Bronte, Alex from Strathpine, Ben and Jet from Curry Curry, Robert from Mount Riverview, Mia from Exeter, Ivy G from Mount Crosby, Hamish from Albury, Emma from St Ives, George and Elizabeth from North Sydney, James from Mount Waverley, Dylan from Mona Vale, Will from Hampton, oh my goodness, so many of you, Sally from the Gold Coast, Phoebe from Yass, Yuto from Ryde, Matilda from Wagga Wagga. Happy birthday, everyone. And to Sophie from Wesley, Hayley and Adonia from Clayton, Isha from Quakers Hill, and lastly, but definitely not leastly, Isabel, listening all the way over there in Osaka in Japan. Well, folks, that's all we have time for. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. And if you're hanging out for something to do over the holidays, we have a whole back catalogue of podcasts for you to listen to. And the best bit, they are absolutely free. You can check it all out at squizkids.com.au, or you can find it in the Squiz Kids feed of your favourite podcasting app. And remember, if you subscribe, all this excellent audio content will magically appear. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't done it yet, be sure to pop on over to the Squiz Kids website. We'd love to know what your hopes and dreams are for yourself, your family, and the planet for 2026. Make sure you get permission from a parent or carer before leaving us a voice message, because we just might use your voice memo in the podcast in the new year. For now, though, this is Christy Kijarina signing off and reminding you all to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.